Hello guys, welcome to Concept Clear channel. Today's in this video we are going to talk about or discussed about the basic details about the telescope and its anatomy and what are the purpose of its uses and the magnifications how we are obtain the magnifying power of a telescope. Basically, when we are talking about a telescope, tele means distance object distance and scope means an instrument by virtue of which we can able to see a distant object very clearly with a sharp image. So this means when we are observing a distant object through an instrument, that is the scope, so this is combinedly known as the telescope. So basically there are two type of the telescope. One is the refracting and another one will be the reflecting. So the first ever discovered telescope is the refracting telescope, but its advantages is somehow less than that of the reflecting telescope, because when the light rays coming from a infinite distance and it comes through the apertures of the refracting telescope, but it comes under the chromatin dispersions, and the light is broken down into its significant component. So the magnifying object we are getting through the refracting telescope is not clear as we are obtaining the magnifying image through the reflecting telescope. So on the view of this disadvantages, Newton was discovered the reflecting telescope, in which there is no chance of the refractions of the light and there is no chance of the dispersions of the chromatin dispersions of the light ray which are coming from a distant object. Okay, so this is the refracting telescope in the right hand side, and there is basically two mirror are used. One is the primary mirror and the second one will be the secondary mirror, and the finder scope is attached to the upper side of the reflecting telescope. So if you discuss about the anatomically part of the reflecting telescope, basically here is the reflecting telescope, and these are the pointing of this reflecting telescope of a different parts. And so if we talk about the first part, that is the star pointer finder scope. In this star pointer finder scope, we first alignment a roughly alignment of the astronomical bodies, then we go through the eyepiece by using the 20 eyepiece and locate the object through this eyepiece, and then we can also use the Barlow or to magnify more the image, or we can also use the 4 eyepiece or the 9 eyepiece or the 10 eyepiece. Then this is the 2 point is the eyepiece, and third point is the focus knob, by virtue of which we can rotating it anti-clockwise or clockwise, we can make clarify our object. Then telescope tube and tube ring, then DC setting circle and the RA setting circle. So these two setting circles are basically used to stabilize the telescope tube over the mount, and 8 is the counterweight. The counterweight is also used to make equatorial mount as far as possible to stabilize. Okay, so 9 point is the counterweight bar, in which the counter is hang out, and the slow motion knob, primary mirror, this is slow motion knob, and the latitude adjustment screw, then tripod stand. In this telescope, the tripod stand is basically steel and it is very heavy duty of the tripod stand, and then accessory tray is also attached with that. But in this type of the Astromaster 114 EQ telescope, the accessory tray have not any hole to place the eyepiece. Okay, so and this is the a complete picture and the clear picture of the Celestron Astromaster 114 EQ, that means the equatorial mount. This equatorial mount is the German equatorial mount, and it provides 20 eyepiece and 10 eyepiece, and along with that also a red dot finder scopes. And in this I would like to say that the primary mirror is the aperture of 114. The Astomaster 114. That means the 114 is the aperture size, aperture diameter. As much as the aperture size, that much as the absorptions or the capturing capability of the primary mirror, so that photon is also increases, so that the clarity of the image is also get increases. And it is very much some of the people are get doubt that as much as the length of the tube, that much as the clarify or the magnifications or the power of the telescope. But this is completely wrong, because the magnifications is depends upon the focal length of the focal length of this primary mirror and the focal length of the eyepiece also, but it is discussed in the latter. And now we can see this is the complete picture of the Astromaster 114 EQ. Okay, so this is the magnifications power. And so this is the rule of the magnification power, that is the focal length of the objective divided by the focal length of the eyepiece. Focal length of the objective means the primary mirrors objective, primary mirror, that is the objective, its focal length. And the secondary eyepiece, focal length of the eyepiece means the eyepiece which are basically used to focus the astronomical bodies. So if we, for example, if we say that is the focal length of the primary mirror is 1000 mm, and the focal length of a eyepiece is 20 mm, then the magnification is 50x. So in the so we can able to magnify an object 50 times of its original size. So it is very much obvious that the image is as much as clear than it and view of the naked eye. Okay, so this is the complete pictures. We can able to clarify the image from the 20 mm eyepiece and from the 10 mm eyepiece. So the image which is obtained in the 10 mm eyepiece is much more clarity than that of the image obtained in the 20 mm eyepiece. I think all the doubt will be cleared, and it is not depends upon the length of the telescope tube, but it is depends upon the magnification, it depends upon the eyepiece focal length as well as the focal length of the objective. So this is all about the complete information, so not complete, it is the just basic ideas about the telescope. And I think the video will be helpful, and thank you.